Good morning, CrossFit humanity. Welcome, Power Yoga Sunday. It is a beautiful day. The birds are lighting things up beautiful today. So I'm excited to practice outside on this gorgeous Sunday. Yesterday was also very beautiful too. So today, with this week, we've been focusing on hips and squats. So this week for Power Yoga, we're gonna do the same thing, but it's Power Yoga, so we're gonna up level everything, both in kind of speed of flow and some of the postures that you'll see. We'll try crow, arm balance. We'll see some tempo push-ups. We're going to get into those hips. We're going to light up the hip flexors a little bit with some gymnastics core, which I'm excited for. So this should be just a nice practice. If at any point you want to take a break, just go ahead, come down into child's pose. I'll also try to give you different options for your ability and just kind of how you're feeling today. And yeah, we're going to have a nice little late morning yoga practice. So if you have any questions, feel free to let me know in the chat. I will make sure I check that. And if you like this class, go ahead and thumbs up. Oh, Dominic, good morning. Hello, Roderick. Hello. Yeah, let's go ahead and get started. You don't need anything today other than a mat or just the floor if you're cool with that. And then let's do this. So go ahead, take a seat on your shins, middle of your mat, and we'll start. All right. So like I said, we're going to see a lot of similar postures today that we've been seeing this week, mostly so that we've gotten comfortable with some of them, so we're going to keep moving it forward. So let's go ahead and take a seat on the shins, knees together, roll the shoulders down the back, hands on the thighs, sit up tall, and close the eyes. So we're just going to start here in this position for a couple breaths. Begin to breathe in and out through the nose. This breath, just smooth the breath out. Big expanded ribs on the inhale, nice soft release on the exhale. Just breathe in through the nose, just get a nice clear breath going. And one of the things we've been talking about all week as it relates to the breath is how effective the exhale is in releasing the tension. So especially when you're in a stretch like, say, pigeon, it can be your body's kind of sometimes holding on to the tension because the position kind of doesn't feel good. And then eventually over time, it accepts. And so that exhale can help the body accept what it is you're into. And so throughout the practice today, focus on that exhale, allowing the body to kind of relax into the postures, relax into the flow. Use it as your guide. So a couple more rounds of breath through the nose. Go ahead and open the eyes. Keep that breath flowing through the nose. You're going to take your left fingertips to the left side of the mat. Inhale, right arm. Reach up and over to the left. And as you do that, you're going to just gently press your hips to the right. We're just opening up kind of the lats on the right side, down into the obliques, maybe even into the outer hip. And inhale to bring yourself back up. Right fingertips down, left arm up, reach. And exhale, lean to the other side. Let the hips shift to the left. Inhale, bring yourself back through center. Now we're going to go through a couple rounds of cat-cow. Draw the front of the shoulders towards each other and separate the shoulder blades. Inhale, press the chest open, ribs forward, elbows squeeze together. And then exhale, let's round the upper back. You can draw the chin to the chest. And one more cycle. Open up the chest, inhale, and then exhale to round. Find a neutral position with the spine. Go ahead and come onto the knees. We're going to step our right foot forward into a lunge. Interlace the thumbs. Let's reach them overhead, and on your exhale, let's go ahead and gently send those hips down towards the floor. So just kind of notice how the front of your right hip or the left hip feels today. It feels a little tight. Again, use that exhale to breathe a little bit more space. Release some of the tension. Keep reaching the arms up. Good. Exhale, let's bring the hands down inside of that front foot and then step your right foot all the way out to the right, toes forward. And then on your exhale, draw the hips down towards your left heel. So you can come onto the forearms here. We're looking for kind of an inner thigh stretch. For me today, I'm getting a little bit in the back of my right knee. So just depends on kind of where you're tight today. You might feel this. Good. Inhale. Go ahead and come back onto the hands. We're going to step this, or we're going to bring our right knee back to the mat underneath the hips, so tabletop position. And from here, on your inhale, lift your left leg up and reach your right arm forward. Okay, so firm the belly a little bit to help with the balance, and then bend your left knee, grab the left foot with the right hand. On your inhale, press the foot into the hand, open up the chest. To release, right arm forward, left leg back, and then exhale, tabletop position. From here, go ahead and come onto the knees, step your left foot forward, interlace the thumbs. Inhale, sink the hips down, reach the arms up. So again, softening through the right hip, just allowing the hips to sink. Now exhale, hands down inside of that front foot. You're going to swing your left foot out to the left, and on your exhale, you're going to drop the hips down towards your right heel, coming down to the forearms for that inner thigh stretch. All right, couple breaths here. Breathe. Oh yeah, inner thighs. Good. I'm glad that that's working. Oh, especially all those 1,000 squats, Roderick. Yes. All right. Go ahead and bring yourself to a tabletop position. Left knee right on the mat. Okay. Inhale. Lift the right arm up. Lift the left arm up. Right leg back. We're going to switch sides now. Okay. So left arm is forward, right arm back. On your exhale, bend your right knee, grab the foot. And then you're going to press the foot into the hand as you lift the chest. Breathe. Inhale, lift the left arm forward, right leg back. And then exhale, tabletop position. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog, send the hips up. All right, so about 3 cycles of breath to kind of wiggle around in this position. So you can pedal out the feet, drive the heels down. You can swing the hips side to side. You can shake the head yes and no. Try to create a little less tension in the neck. Try to soften, allow that head to be heavy and the shoulders to be active. Press it down into the mat. All right, so let's set our feet up about hips distance. On your next inhale, walk the hands back towards the toes. Now we're going to go ragdoll. So grab opposite elbows, head hangs, torso hangs. Let's just sway side to side. Shake the head yes and no. And then release the hands. Walk those feet out to about the width of the mat or the width of your squat. On your exhale, let's come down into the squat. Okay, so first couple breaths, make this a little fluid. You can kind of sway side to side with the hips. You can press your torso onto a thigh to get a little bit more ankle stretch. Just kind of feel out the squat today, see what it feels like. And if you're sore, sorry, not sorry, this will be good for you. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and come back into that forward fold, straighten the legs, feet about hips distance. Next inhale, walk it back out. Let's go downward facing dog. All right, let's set up our really strong down dog here. So take those triceps and roll them back towards the toes. Press through the palms, and as you press, the hips will lift and the chest will gently press towards toes. Firm those ribs, drive the heels down. Inhale, come forward to plank. Knees down to the count of 5. We're going to lower to the belly. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, all the way down, untuck the toes. Roll the shoulders down the back. Inhale, lift the chest, a little cobra. Most of this lift here is coming from the upper and lower back, just lifting. You should be able to kind of lift those hands off the floor. And then exhale, bring the chest back down. All right, inhale, cobra, this time pressing firmly into the palms. Lift the chest up a little higher, elbows stay in. Exhale, release. And last one, we go all the way to up dog. Inhale, press those arms straight, lift the chest forward and up. You want to get really fancy today, press down into the tops of the feet. Knees will lift for a full upward facing dog. Good. And then exhale, downward facing dog. All right, let's go through that, but a little bit faster. Inhale, forward to plank. This time we're going to lower halfway. And then inhale, scoop the chest forward and up, cobra, up dog, open up the chest, shoulder blades in. Exhale, downward facing dog. And one more, just like that. Inhale, forward. Exhale, lower halfway. Inhale, cobra, up dog. Exhale, down dog. All right, staying in down dog for just a couple breaths. Hi, Kevin. Oh, yay, good. All right, so that sequence is called the vinyasa, V for vinyasa. Now we're going to go through what's called a sun salutation. Okay? So from downward facing dog, look forward between the hands. Exhale, bend the knees. Walk or hop the feet to the top of the mat. Hands on the shins. Inhale, flat back, lift the chest. Exhale, fold. Inhale to rise all the way up. Palms touch overhead. And then exhale, dive it down. Hands on the shins. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold, plant the hands. We'll step to plank. Lower down halfway. Inhale, cobra, up dog. Exhale, down dog. All right, let's do that again. Inhale, look forward between the hands. Bend the knees. Send the feet to the top of the mat. Hands on the shins. Inhale, flat back. Let's hold here in the flat back. So very similar to the bottom of a good morning. So I'm looking for a long spine, reaching in opposite directions. So ribs are firm. Exhale to fold. And then inhale, let's rise all the way up. Exhale all the way back down. Hands on the shins. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold, plant the hands. We'll step to plank. Lower down halfway. Inhale, cobra, up dog. Exhale, down. All right, one more time. Look forward. Exhale, bend the knees, feet to the top of the mat. Hands on the shins. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale all the way down. Hands on the shins, flat back, inhale. Exhale, fold, plant the hands. Let's step to plank, and we're going to hold. Okay? So we're going to do a couple tempo push-ups. So instead of lowering halfway, we're going to lower all the way to the chest to the count of 5, and then you're going to push back up into the top of a push-up. If you need your knees, use them on the way up. And we're going to try to slow the descent. All right, to the count of 5, all the way to the belly. Exhale, 5, 4, elbows in, 3, 2, 1. Push back up. Good. Let's do 2 more. Exhale, lower, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push back up. Last one. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push back up. And then exhale down. Facing back. All right. Start to flow. A little worn out. Inhale, right. Lifts. And the knee, open the hip. Find some good movement here. Big circles. Square the hips. Inhale, extend your right leg. And then exhale, right knee to nose. Let's shift our shoulders forward. Bring them as high to the chest as you can. And then exhale, right leg lifts. Good. And then bring right knee to nose. Inhale, extend. One more. Exhale, knee to nose. Let's hold here. Lift it higher. Push into those palms. Next exhale, step it forward between the hands. And now we're gonna shift this right foot to the outside of the right hand. Bring your back knee down. All right, a couple breaths here. Drive that inside elbow down towards the floor. Keep that right big toe planted. Okay, so right knee is towards the chest. Drive it towards your shoulder. Good. Now tuck your back toes, straighten out your left leg, and now we're going to shimmy that right foot back towards the midline. And from here, we're coming into Shiva side stretch. We've done this a couple times this week. Left hand is going to stay on the mat. You're going to turn your right toes to the right and then fall to the outer edge of the left foot. Once you have that, keeping that left leg strong, you can just draw those hips gently down. This position, I'm getting a nice glute stretch in my right side and a little bit of stretch in my left. All right, inhale, come back to that lunge, hands on either side of the front foot, hips down, chest up. Next exhale, standing split. You're gonna lift that left leg, balance that inner thigh, very similar to what we'd want for an RDL. Good. On your exhale, feet come together, top of the mat, hands on the shins. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, all the way back down. Hands on the shins. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Let's plant the hands. We'll step to plank. Lower down halfway. Inhale, cobra up dog. Exhale, down dog. Good. All right, let's go second side. Left leg lifts, inhale. Bend the knee over the hip. Let's find some movement. All right, square the hips, extend the left leg. Exhale, left knee to nose. Shift your shoulders forward. Inhale to extend. Exhale, knee to nose. Get that knee as high to the chest as you can. Inhale, extend. Last one. Exhale, knee to nose, lift. And step the left foot between the hands, and then let's shimmy it over to the left. Bring your back down. So left big toe flat on the floor. You can stay or come down to the forearms. Specifically, that inner elbow is the hardest one. So work there first, and if you can get that, both elbows can come down. Extend, let's see, tuck your back toes, inhale, extend your right leg. Let's shimmy the left foot towards the middle into Shiva side stretch. Right hand flat on the mat. You're going to roll to the outer edge of the right foot. Left toes turn to the left. And once you get there, keeping this right leg really strong, just draw those hips gently towards the floor. Inhale, coming back to the lunge, hands either side of the front foot, hips down, chest up. Next exhale, standing split, lift. You may have beautiful singing birds, but we also have loud, noisy birds as well. All right, next exhale, feet together, top of the mat, hands on the shins. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, let's dive it all the way down. Hands on the shins. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Plant the hands. Let's step to plank, and we'll hold. Okay, we're going to do 3 of those tempo push-ups. 5 seconds all, or 5 counts all the way to the floor with the chest, and then pressing back up. Okay, keep those elbows close to the ribs. Lowering. Exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push back up. Lowering. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push back up. Last one. Exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Up. Good. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Inhale, lift the right leg up. Exhale, knee to nose, forward. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, extend. Last one, knee to nose, hold. Step the right foot forward between the hands. High lunge, inhale to rise. All right, so let's firm those ribs, pull the ribs in. Down a little lower. Breathe. Okay. On our next inhale, we're going to come to stand on this right leg and we're going to pull the left knee to our chest. Okay, here we go. Inhale, left knee up. Good. Now you can keep the arms overhead. That's going to challenge your balance through this next little sequence. You can go hands on the hips for a little less, or arms out like a T, and that will help kind of your balance throughout this whole sequence. Okay, I'll go arms overhead. Inhale, let's straighten out the front leg. I want you to feel those hip flexors into the quads, really working to get that leg up high. All right, go ahead and swing that left leg out to the side, toes point up. All right, next exhale, warrior three. You're going to swing the leg all the way behind you. You're going to bow your chest forward so that the back of the head lines up with that left heel. Draw the outer left hip down. And I want you to feel it. My glutes right now are kind of on fire on this standing foot. I want you to feel the weight evenly distributed around the whole right foot. Good. All right, exhale, hands down, step to plank. We're down halfway. Inhale, cobra up dog. Exhale, down dog. All right, inhale, pull left leg lifts. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, extend. Last one. Exhale, knee to nose. Step that left foot between the hands. Inhale, high lunge. Torso lifts. Front of the ribs, pull them in. Now the balance comes from your center, keeping your ribs firm, the core firm, but it also comes from the breath. That will help keep everything focused. So on your next inhale, standing on the left foot, you're going to bring your right knee to your chest. All right, here we go. Inhale. Again, choose the arm option that works best for you today. Go ahead, extend your right leg out in front. Straighten the leg as much as you can, get it as high as you can. Next exhale, swing it out to the side, toes point up. Next exhale, swing it around, warrior three. So now the toes point to the mat. Body is lined up between the back heel and the top of the head. Exhale. Down. All right. Adding on, inhale, right leg lifts. So right knee to right tricep. Now touch the left tricep. And right, left, right, left. Knee to nose, lift it higher. Step it forward between the hands. High lunge, inhale, rise. All right, now let's release our hands to the hips. We're going to go through a little sequence. Sometimes you'll see these in the CrossFit classes I coach, but also we've done it a couple times here. We're going to go from that single leg balance into a lunge and then into warrior three or RDL. I'll walk you through all of it, but hands start on the hips. All right, here we go. Inhale, bring the left knee to chest, standing on your right leg. Exhale, swing your left leg back, warrior three. Inhale, left knee to chest. Now exhale, step the left foot back in a lunge. Gently kiss the left knee to the floor. Inhale, left knee to chest. Exhale, warrior three, send it back. Inhale, left knee to chest. Exhale, lunge. Inhale, left knee up. Exhale, warrior three. Inhale, left knee up. Exhale, lunge. We have 2 more sets. Inhale, left knee up. Exhale, warrior 3. Inhale, left knee. Exhale, lunge. Last one. Inhale, left knee. Exhale, reach it back. Inhale, left knee. Exhale, lunge. Bring that left knee back into the chest. We'll hold for 3, 2, 1. Feet come together. Shake that right foot. Okay, arms up overhead. Exhale, bow forward. Hands on the shins. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold, plant the hands. We'll step to plank. Lower down halfway. Inhale, cobra up dog. To the left, to the right, to the left. To knee to nose, lift it higher. Step it forward between the hands. Inhale, arms up. All right, hands to the hips. We're going through that warrior 3 lunge sequence again. Firm the ribs, focus your breath. Here we go. Inhale, right knee to chest. Exhale, warrior 3. Inhale, right knee to chest. Exhale, lunge. Inhale, right knee up. Exhale, warrior 3. Inhale, left knee up. Exhale, lunge. Inhale, left knee or right knee lifts. Exhale, warrior 3. Inhale, left knee. Exhale, lunge. We have 2 more sets. Inhale, right knee. Exhale, warrior 3. Inhale, knee to chest. Exhale, lunge. Last one, inhale, lift. Exhale, warrior 3. Inhale, whoa, knee lifts. Exhale, lunge. And then one more time, right knee to your chest. Hold here for 3. Stand tall. 2, 1. Right foot to the floor. Shake out the left. Whew. All right, feet together. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bow forward. Hands on the shins. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold, plant the hands. Step to plank. Lower halfway. Inhale, cobra up dog. Exhale, down dog. Good. All right, go ahead. On your exhale, bring the knees down. We're going to swing the feet around. Since now our hips are warm and our hip flexors are warm, we're going to do a little bit of that gymnastics core. Okay? So I want you to take a seat. Take a seat, legs straight out in front. Okay? Now these are going to be just kind of seated leg lifts. The farther out your hands are towards your toes, the harder this is going to be. The closer to your hips, the easier. I don't want it to go towards your hips if it's too easy. So I would recommend starting with your hands and your fingertips on the mat right next to the knees, and then you can adjust given how you feel and how difficult you want to make this. Okay? So the legs straight out in front, sit up tall. We're going to lift the right leg straight 10 times. All right, here we go. Lift 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Left side for 10. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. If you can guess what we're doing next, you'd be correct, and then it will be both. 10, both. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Let's rest for a sec. Shake out the legs. Give those quads a little shake. We're going to go through that one more time. This time, at the end, the last rep, we're going to try to hold that leg up, or both leg up, for a count of 5. Okay, so we'll still do 10. And at the very end, the last one will hold for a count of 5. Okay? Fingertips to the mat. All right, here we go. Right leg first, 10 reps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it release. Woo, shake it out. I got a little cramp there. Woo. All right, let's do the second side, left side. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold on the 10 for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo. Release. Shake it out. All right. Last set. 10 for both. All right. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold 10 for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Shake out all that. All right. Let's lay it out on the back. Okay. So as you lay back, I want your feet close enough that you can touch them with the middle fingers, but then about hips distance. Okay, we're going to do some glute bridges. Okay, so get those shoulder blades to get flat on the floor, arms alongside the waist, palms down. Okay, driving through your heels on your inhale, lift your hips, squeeze your butt. And exhale, bring it back down. Go 4 more. Inhale, lift, drive through the heels. Exhale, lower. Inhale, exhale. 2 more. Keep those ribs firm. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Now we're going to do single leg. So keeping the knees in line with one another. You can walk your feet in just a little bit more. You're going to extend your left leg out. Again, keep those knees in line. Okay. On your inhale, drive through your right heel, lift. 1. Back down. 2. 3. 4. We're going to hold at the top for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Feet down, hips down. Now let's do the second side. More. Lift. Lift. Last one we're going to hold. Hips lift. Hold 5, 4. Drive into the heel. 3, 2, 1. Bring everything down. Knees to the chest. Rock forward and back. On the 3rd or 4th rock, you're going to rock to plank. Cross the ankles. Let's put our hands down, top of the mat. Step it back. Anywhere you want to get there. Okay, we're going to do 3 tempo push-ups. Hopefully with that core being a little tired, your arms have to work a little harder. Okay? Count of 5, lower to the chest. Here we go. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push up. 1. Lower. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push up. And last one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push up. Exhale. Downward facing. Good. Look forward between the hands. On your exhale, bend the knees. You're going to hop the feet to either side of the hands for a squat. Okay. Bring those hips down low. Okay. Just wiggle around in the squat and press the knees out a little more. All right. On your inhale, go ahead and stand. We're going to do 5 tempo squats. 5 count to descend, 2 count to hold, fast to stand. Okay, so let's set your feet up. If you can go toes forward, let's try that. If you need a little turn out for mobility, do what you need to do. Heels are flat, sit back. Here we go, lowering for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold at the bottom, 1, 2, stand. Here we go, lowering for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 1, 2, stand. We have 3 more. Lowering, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 1, 2, stand. Lowering, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 1, 2, stand. Last one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 1, 2, stand. Good. Feet come together. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, slide forward. Hands on the shins. Inhale, flat. Exhale, fold. Plant the hands. Let's step the plank. Lower halfway. Inhale, cobra up dog. Exhale, down dog. All right. One more little flow, and then we'll start to cool it down. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step right forward between the hands. Inhale, brings you up, high lunge. And keep those arms overhead on your next inhale, left knee to chest, standing on the right leg. Now left foot goes over and above that right knee. Hands come to the hip crease. Push the hips back. And then begin to settle into that standing leg. Bend the knee and then begin to bow the chest forward. Should be getting a nice little left glute hip stretch. All right, hands to the hips. On your inhale, go ahead and stand, feet together, arms overhead. And then exhale, let's bow forward. Hands on the shins, inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, step to plank. Lower down halfway. Inhale, cobra up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. And exhale, step it forward between the hands. Inhale, brings you up. Again, we'll start with the hands overhead. On your next inhale, right knee to chest. And hands to the hips now. Right foot over and above that left knee. Pull the hips creases back. Bend that standing leg. And try to keep as flat of a spine as you can, then we bow. And breathe. Inhale, go ahead and stand, feet together, arms overhead. Exhale, let's bow forward. Hands on the shins, inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Now let's go ahead and keep those feet together. You're going to bend your knees and go ahead and sit on the heels. We're going to come into crow. Okay? This is an arm balance. If you'd like to take a little break, go ahead and come down into child's pose. Child's pose is just this kind of position where we can hang out and breathe for a little bit. If you're following with me, we're going to go crow. So feet are together. You're going to go knees apart. Place your palms on the mat. I don't know, maybe 9 inches or so in front of your toes. Fingers are forward. Elbows are hugging in just like we would for it. By lifting your butt, get those knees in that little spot. Hug the elbows in. Firm the belly. And then you're going to begin to lean forward. As you lean forward, find weight in the center of the palms. Fingers are your brakes. You might be able to lift your toes off of the mat. Keep breathing. I'm going to hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, bring those toes down. And then just everybody meet in downward facing dog wherever you are. Very good. All right, we're going to start slowing it down now. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, let's step the right foot to the outside of the right hand. Bring the back knee down. Okay? First, we're going to do a little twist, and we're going to kind of open up the hip flexors a little more before we settle into the stretch. So right hand to the right knee. Inhale, let's lift the chest, and then exhale. Just twist. We'll go to that right shoulder. Good. Exhale, release your right hand to the floor. You can let your right knee kind of open up to the side, right toes can come off the mat. This gives you a little more space. Then we can drop to the forearms. Now we're going to breathe into these postures so that we can create space and reduce tension. So every exhale is just let it settle. Good. Inhale, come on to the hands. Now let's go ahead and shimmy your right foot over to the left. Pigeon. Drop this right shin down. Now hopefully we feel a little bit looser since we kind of went through a bunch of different flows for this particular body part. So let's get into a spot where you can kind of hold for about 5 breaths. Relax those shoulders, neck is soft. Long inhales and exhales. Couple more breaths. those hands, you're just going to swing this right leg up and back, right 3-leg down dog. And just open up the hips, shake it out. Ooh, a couple pops. All right, let's come back to down dog. We'll go second side. Inhale, lift the left foot. And then exhale, step the left foot to the outside of the left hand. Right knee comes down. We'll start with that twist first. So left hand to left knee. Allow the right hip flexors to just open up as you relax the hips down. Inhale, lift the chest. And exhale, twist over that left shoulder. Exhale, release your left hand back down. You can now let the left knee fall, open up, and lift. You can lift those left toes up. That gives you a little more space. We can drop back down. And again, find that slow breath. All right, inhale onto the hands. Let's shimmy the left foot over to the right. Let's come into pigeon. So drop this left knee by that left wrist. And you can scoop the right leg back. And from here, just go ahead and come back down onto the forearms. 5 cycles of breath. Slow it down. All right, let's go back onto the palms. Swing that left leg up and down. Open the hip, bend the knee. Just find some movement. All right. And down dog, just bring the knees to the floor. And swing the legs around. We're going to come into a straddle. So if you have a mat, I'd recommend sitting on it so that your feet can be, or your heels can be on the mat. So your butt might need to be off a little bit. And I want you to find a position with the legs. The toes can point up and you can sit up tall. If that means you're like this, that's totally okay. I prefer that than sitting like this. Okay? There's not going to be much here for you. Okay, so create a position where you can sit up, and then we'll kind of go. So you can roll over here. Inhale, arms overhead, and then exhale, let's bow forward. Now, as you bow forward, toes still point up. There's a tendency to allow the feet to kind of roll in a little bit. Let's fight that urge and try to open up the hips. So roll the toes. And breathe. And just a couple more. Inhale, go ahead and go back onto the hands now. Did this stretch, I think, on Friday. This is the hurdle stretch. Those of you that have ever seen cheerleaders, it's that big jump where one leg is straight and the other leg is bent. Or if you watch hurdling or hurdlers over like in running, this is kind of the position they do. So you're going to take your right foot, you're going to bend the knee, and put the right foot behind you. Okay, so our knees are still kind of in the same position. We just have one foot wrapped up. Okay, and now inhale, arms up. Exhale, release the hands to the floor and then just gently walk it out. You may not have a lot of room here. That's okay. Depends on how you feel. Yesterday I didn't have, or Friday I didn't have as much room as I have now. So changes daily. Just kind of breathe into, this is a different position than we're used to. We normally focus on external rotation, that meaning like squat. Internal rotation we don't focus on as much, but it's still important. And that's kind of what you're feeling here. This is probably a weird rotation that you might not be used to. Inhale, Bring yourself back up. Ooh, gently straighten out the right leg, and let's go left. So again, pull that left foot in, but create that position with the knees that was similar to what we had for the straddle. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands come down, and walk it out. So you might find, like this side doesn't have as much for me as the first side, so just things to kind of notice. This one is a little bit better than the other. All right, go ahead and sit up. Let's swing this foot around. We're going to do one final stretch, and then we're going to close it out with a little breathing. Okay, so let's cross our shins. Let's sit in a position where our feet are a little bit more under the knees. The feet are a little away from us, so we can create kind of like a equilateral triangle, like if you look down between your calves and then drop. And we'll just kind of get into those outer hips and really relaxed, soft, right? There's no pushing. Gravity's going to do some work here. Inhale, bring your torso back up. So we're going to sit for the next couple, like a minute or two, just kind of sit here. And normally I have you focus on the breath. And what I want you to do is to keep breathing, because when you have to, you can't not breathe. So you're going to keep breathing through the nose. But what I want you to focus on now is broadening your awareness. So right now you're probably hearing a lot of things going on, because it is a beautiful Sunday. So what I want you to do is, as you're breathing here and sitting here, try not to focus on one thing for too long. So you might hear a sound, but don't hold on to it. Kind of open up your focus to allow you to hear, feel, sense everything that's around you. So your focus is broad, it's not narrow, which actually means you're not really focusing on much. Okay? So we'll sit tall, hands anywhere that's comfortable. We'll close the eyes. Let's start breathing through the nose, nice smooth cycle. And just try to broaden the awareness. If it's not happening, that's okay. Just kind of see what it feels like. I want to say thank you to all of you that joined me live on this beautiful Sunday. Hi. What happens if you get stuck? Oh. So thank you so much for joining me. So one of the nice things about the breathing practice that we just did, is it can kind of help carry you through the rest of the day. And one thing that we know helps in times not only of stress, but in high volume computer time, as we all have right now, a little bit more than we might be used to, is one, stepping away from the screen. but 2, sitting in stillness. Now, sitting in stillness doesn't have to be anything other than that. Just as long as you're breathing, which, like I said, you have to, and you're sitting, you'll get the benefits from the reduced screen time and just kind of your whole body being like, oh, this is nice, this is quiet. So just something to consider, if you're getting into bed and you're having a hard time kind of slowing the thoughts down, just breathe, stay still. You practice it all the time, so you should be good. So thank you so much. Have a wonderful rest of your Sunday. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this class. Let me know if you had any questions or if you got stuck in any, Dominic, if you got stuck in anything that I can help you with, or if you had any modifications that might be helpful for in the virtual world. And we'll see you guys soon. Thank you. See you.